Aloha, friends. Let's do a little bit more death debunking today. Death is an idea. Is it a good idea or a bad idea? I think it's probably a bad idea, but let's get into it. Life and so-called death. Your perceptions after death will guide you as they do or do not now. Your perceptions after you die will guide you as they do or do not now. Are your perceptions guiding you now? Then why would we think that that would change? Because we supposedly died. See, our whole problem in this matrix is that we have completely gotten detached from the nature of our own realities. The nature of how reality itself comes into being. And then you throw some bad beliefs and some superstitions in with that, and you got a recipe for reincarnating for long tracks of time, if you will. Not realizing that the past and the future are not set in stone. That the past is completely changeable, and in fact, many of us have reincarnated and gone back into a life already lived to change the trajectory of that life, which is completely doable if and when you begin to understand the nature of reality and how it actually operates. So if you've made what you feel is tons of mistakes in your life after you pass, and let us say you are maybe a perfectionist, then you might immediately turn around and go reincarnate back into that life with determination in the depths of yourself that you are going to right the wrong. You're going to make the better choice, the better choices, and you're going to live a better life that lifetime. And see, a lot of us are having that experience in this lifetime now. The Matrix seems to have run its course for this segment of cosmic time. And we're waking up to realize many profound things that completely change everything about your reality. So that would include your body, your mind, your soul, your world, your outlook, your inlook. So nothing is permanent. Nothing is fixed in the past or in the future. And that the past is changeable from one position only. The past is changeable from one position only. What is that position? The past is only changeable from the present. The power point of right here, right now. And if you realize and remember that you have the ability to do these things, you'll immediately get to work setting about creating a better everything. A better everything. And see, are we able to break away consciously, or our attention? Can we break our attention away from the external world and all of its happenings? In other words, all the things going on in front of cameras, so then it can be played back. We can get pulled immediately from the present back into the past, even though if it just happened, let's say 10 hours ago, and somebody recorded it, and now you're going to watch it and get sucked into it. You've moved your consciousness to the past, and you're out of the present moment already, just 10 hours. And so in this matrix, especially with the advent of the spell casting Hollywood and entertainment, everyone has gotten hypnotized. And in their hypnosis, they've been auto-suggested with thousands of suggestions, none of which are for their benefit. None of which are for your benefit. So you must regain the present moment, the power in the present moment, of the present moment, your knowingness that is in the present moment, and with that, set about co-creating what you want to co-create, and do it from a place of passion and love and harmony and beauty. And where would that be? Wouldn't be from your left brain. It would be from your heart. Earth appears or results naturally from the fact of human consciousness co-creating it collectively. Your reality is solely created by you. Earth herself appears and results naturally as an outflowing from the fact of human consciousness. In other words, if there was not human consciousness, the earth would have never came into being to start with, because the earth herself is a natural outflowing of human consciousness. Consciousness moving out of the energetic realm and into the physical realm. And it needs a place for expression. Just like your body is a form of expression in this physical plane of existence. And when you pass, that clay goes back to the big lump of clay. That's all it was an expression, a form. But you, the consciousness, continue on, and you have multiple pieces, if you will, or projections of your consciousness. Your main hub of consciousness is not even here in this realm. This is just a portion of your consciousness and a portion of yourself. Can you imagine what it might be like to get in touch with all these other portions of consciousness that are also you? That are you, but you know nothing of them, and you have co-created no beliefs concerning them or about them, because instead we've been made to believe all this other crap pertaining to this physical 3D expression, and getting completely confused about what it is, how it works, and what we are in it. So Earth results and appears naturally from the fact of human consciousness co-creating it collectively. So our collective co-created stage that we're going to play upon is the earth herself. Let's talk for a second about this NPC humans. And there's been some discussion as to whether they are soulless or not. And I propose that there are humans that are soulless, some of which are our own co-created thought forms. Again, somebody's got to play some of these parts that nobody with an activated soul would play or could play. But for the humans who have an activated soul, who have at least had an activated heart, and they have drifted so far from themselves that they are essentially dead. They're just still here physically. In other words, suicide does not necessarily mean physical death always. People who have and are committing suicide, and at some point the let us say lower chakra energies will take over, and the will of the body and avatar itself to live remains, whilst the person is mentally, emotionally, and spiritually dead. They have chosen to pass on. They have chosen to leave, what have you. They're no longer there. Can they be revived? Can they be awakened? I believe it's always possible to do anything. I don't think we have any limitations at all, except for the ones we believe we have. So yes, I think they could come back from this. But I'm just pointing out the fact that people have committed suicide while still living. And essentially they have become an NPC. But I'm talking about the people that are souls, have souls. And if you will, maybe they even sold them, by going in, by making some kind of a crazy soul contract with evil egregors. Because your beliefs can create devils, demons, angels, this, that, the other. You have infinite power in this realm. And you're co-creating so many things already that you don't even know about. Some of you do, but some of you don't. Certainly a lot of people, well, nobody in the Matrix does, right? Or they wouldn't still be in the Matrix. They wouldn't still be blind to all the wisdom that will come forth to them from within their own selves once they activate soul, activate heart, and plug in to this inner consciousness that then begins to fire up the entire network, that begins to connect all these aspects of the greater self, if you will, the higher self. And it's astounding. To me, it blows my mind to think that at one time, not so long ago, humans believed they were these lowly creatures, made by some deity god that just sort of haphazardly created everything and then stood back to watch what would happen and seemingly did nothing while the whole place went to shit. That was our collective beliefs not so long ago, and already we've moved infinitely away from this. And the co-created reality that comes about from believing that. See, it's bad enough if you're co-creating that individually, but if you start co-creating that kind of crap collectively, then you're going to end up with things like the Inquisition and the other radical, fanatical, crazy shit that comes about in the name of God. That distant deity that seems impersonal and is content to just wait. Everything has to always just wait. Wait. So you're powerless in this lifetime. You must wait. No, Complete craziness to think that way. You've been given every single thing you have, not even given. You showed up. Just the fact that you exist means that you have every single thing supplied to you and available to you where? In the present moment, right here, right now. And it's always right here, right now. Meaning it's always the present moment if we could just stay with it. But see, immediately after turning this video off, somebody might cut you off in traffic. Somebody might not hold the door open for you, and you'd think, man, look at this stupid ass, idiot, and start judging them on their looks and this and that, and then cashier didn't give you the right amount of change, and so now you're trying to be, finagled from the cashier, and then you go to get your gas, and you picked the wrong kind. You wanted regular, but somehow you're on the stupid supreme, and now you're going to get less gas, and these stupid gas companies, the jackass oil companies. How are we still driving around in this ancient tech when there's so much more advanced things? And why are we still damaging the earth and our own bodies, because the earth is an extension of our body? And why are we breathing all the fumes from people burning down the G-damn tropical jungles to make room for cattle farms so that humans can get their meat consumption quotas, and on and on and on. Before you know it, you're not in the present moment. You're back in the matrix. You're back externally focused, and you've forgotten that you were the co-creator. You don't have to be in that world. And it's such a freaking mentally crazy split at first. To just do this, to think this, do this, be this, understand this, and then try to explain it or talk about it. So we must come out of the matrix and stay out. And granted, don't judge yourself if you fall back in. It's so damn easy to do. We've been doing this for a long time. We've been asleep for a long time, apparently, because it's seemingly so damn hard to wake up collectively and even individually. It's seemingly impossible to get a human back to origin, back to the OOS, as my friend Tom calls it, the original operating system. But we are doing it. And I just realized this earlier today in my thoughts and meditations, is that every single person is in place. For everybody that's conscious, for everybody that wakes up, for everybody that does not want to live in this stupid matrix world of domination and control anymore. We don't want to hear about it anymore. We don't want to see it in our face anymore. We don't want to be distracted by it anymore. We want to go forward together with people of like mind and like heart to create that which we all know that we're so capable of creating, which is just harmony and live and let live, right? Everybody wants the same thing. How did we get so crazy that we would start killing each other over stupid, petty differences? I mean, we must have collectively gone insane to ever participate in such stupidity and ignorance, yet we did it. So everybody's in place. Everything is in place. I'm talking about for the conscious. If you're unconscious, if you're not feeling none of this, if you think we're all crazy, if you think we're all new age, and you're just in that whole right brain, left brain paradigm of judgment and opinion, I'm not talking to you. You will not get what I'm saying. About what I'm saying right here is that everything and everybody is in place. And we, the co-creators that are conscious of how this works, the nature of reality, how it works, and coming to remember it, because I'm not saying anybody fully grasps it yet. We just woke up a couple days ago. But that what we're now creating, what we're now embarked on, what we are now doing by joining together, even though we're really not separated anyway. But if you believe you're separated, then you co-create separation. Right? So we're coming out of that old belief system. And what we're now collectively embarking on, we're creating a space for all of us that know this, believe this, know this, and are moving towards this and helping to build this. And we're building. And then people have called it this before, and it's just a good thing to call it. New Earth. New Earth. There is an old Earth, there's an old pattern, there's an old geometry, there's an old all that crap, and then there's the new. And how they split, I don't clearly know yet. How we break away from that old matrix world to become Hyperborea and Eden again exactly, I mean, I've got videos explaining how I think it could happen. But again, I don't think anybody knows all of this yet because it's so big, it's so vast, it's so intricate, it's so interwoven, it's so multidimensional that it's going to take all of us, which are all one anyway. So we're all brain cells in the right brain firing on the same frequencies, and the greater body is having greater revelations and understandings. That's then going to cause this external reality to shape up or ship out. That's what it's coming down to. Shape up or ship out. And I don't have to ship you out. They don't have to ship. You're going to ship. You ship yourself out. Karma's going to ship you out. Because is she ever slack? Has karma ever failed? So there's no worries. That's my point. And my time's probably going to run on me here. It's all going to work fine. No matter what. So do not be afraid. Do not be anxious. Do not. And I know that's hard. I know that's hard right now. I'm feeling it too, brothers and sisters. Believe me. But don't fear. Don't fear. Don't worry. It is going to work fine. It's going to work great. So love and light until next time, my friends.